I didn't mean for it to happen. I did not mean for it to happen. It just happened.
I know I'm wrong, and that's the only thing I can say to her. I made a mistake, or we made a mistake.
I've got to block out an awful lot of visions in my head of you and Jill.
I'm sorry.
A crisis can occur at any time in every family. Sometimes an outsider is needed who offers objectivity and direction through counseling. This television program recreates counseling sessions with actors portraying family members. They are guided by a licensed social worker as the crisis counselor, Thom Thompson.
In another program, I introduced you to the Ramsey family. They'd sought counseling because of intense jealousies between mother-son and father-daughter. There was a lot of what we call territorial confusion.
She acts as though she does everything.
I do.
Do you feel a big change in that, in your role?
Yes, and I'm tired of it. I am tired. I am exhausted, physically, emotionally, mentally. That's why I had to bring my son home. I can't take it anymore. I mean, I'm just, you know, I'm on the edge, and I don't believe in pills. I'm basically a very strong person, and I don't want to be domineering, and I don't want to be the husband of this family while you play housewife. He doesn't even do that. I have to come home and do the washing and the ironing and the cleaning. Oh.
But you have changed roles in a way, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
You were a lot stronger and a lot more even physically present in running the business at one time.
Well, I slacked off a little bit, that's all.
A little bit. Just a little bit. He's never there. When he is, he's just there to make trouble.
When did this change? You said something a while ago about that maybe some of the roots of it went all the way back to when you started relating to your son when he was born, and what happened?
He resented him when he was born, but
What
things
happened
were still
next?
all right. Then Jill was born, and he named her Jill. I don't know why. Jack and Jill went up the hill to God knows
I'll
what.
tell you what the problem is. She thinks she's too good to run a restaurant. That's the problem. She thinks she's too damn good to run a restaurant. That's always been the problem.
I'm too good at it. That's why I'm doing it.
Did you
That's
want
why
her
you
to come
sloughed
in
it off
with
on me.
more activity, or you didn't want her to? Which?
She can do whatever she wants to. She wants to take over everything.
I
But
don't
answer my
want
question,
to
what do
take
you want?
over.
Do you want more activity from her, or were you upset about it, resentful, or was it helpful? What?
Oh, she helped me.
You better believe I helped you. I made that restaurant what it was. He's always running away from me. Every time we have a fight, he locks himself in that damn den.
What
The
is it
only
about
one
the room
who's
and the den? I don't understand
Because I
that.
can't get in. Jill is the only one who's allowed.
It's
Help
because
her
you're
with
so
her
mean to
homework.
us.
Yes, he's
want?
always helping with her homework. Why is she flunking practically everything? She's getting lousy grades in school. And he's
Because
over
I'm
here
not
with
Tom, that's why. I'm sorry I'm not Tom.
some homework. They're always locked in there together. Now, that's not healthy. That's not right. He's always helping her with her
It's
homework.
worse when
Working
you're
with-
yelling at me all the time.
I'm not yelling at you.
I have again that feeling of two camps in this family.
There is two camps. There always was. And I guess that's the way it's going to be. I would like us to be a united family. For God's sakes, once upon a time, we had it. I don't know what happened. He started drinking. Jill was born, and all of a sudden, he had a daughter, I had a son. And he wouldn't let me cross over and be the mother to Jill that I wanted to be, and he wouldn't be the father that I wanted him to be to Tom. He still puts her on his lap like she's a little baby girl and pats her
She's a little
and
girl.
rocks her.
She's a little
My
girl.
sweet little baby Jill.
At 15, Jack?
At 15.
She's a little girl.
She's a little girl. She's not a little girl. Take a look. She's a growing up woman. She's in puberty, if that word means anything to you.
Jill, how do you see yourself? I kind of know what teenagers think about themselves, and Jack, I'm not really, it sounds like I'm arguing with you, I'm not trying to at least, but 15-year-olds don't think of themselves as little girls. Fathers may.
We're just different.
She's a little slow. You'll have to get...
No, that's not it.
No, I don't.
Leave me alone, okay?
Sorry.
What's wrong, Jill?
What is it? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?
Jill, if you can't talk now, but are you trying to say something?
We're different.
Different how?
I don't know what she's talking about. Do you know what she's talking about?
Like boyfriends and girlfriends, sort of.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Big mouth. You're so quiet all of a sudden. Do you know what's wrong with her? Why is she crying?
I don't like going out with other boys.
You trying to tell me
I'd
you're queer? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I
Weird?
don't
What do
think.
you mean?
I'm just...
Jack, can you help us out in any way there?
Yeah, it's a close relationship. It's,
We have sex.
As you saw, the counseling session proceeded to reveal that incest was the cause of much of the jealousy. And I knew then that I must talk alone with these two parents, as well as with the daughter. Today I want to show you parts of those counseling sessions in the continuing story of the Ramsey family.
Jill, I know how difficult that statement you had to make here a few days ago was. I know how difficult your feelings are about the whole situation that you're in. I guess the thing I want to know most is, how are you feeling about yourself right now?
I don't know. Everything's so defined. You know, my mother thinks I'm stupid, and my dad my dad helps me, and that's...
I guess that is one reason, probably in a way a good one, that you drew closer to your dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
He gave you lots of support. Awfully hard for you to come out and say that your father and you had had close sexual relationship together. Where do you go from here?
I don't know. I don't think I want to do what I've been doing.
You know, before you said that, of course I knew that. One reason I knew it is, it was very hard to bring that out, and you wouldn't have brought it out unless you wanted to be out of that situation. That doesn't mean you still don't want to be close to your dad, does it?
He's all gone. I can't talk to my mother. She just thinks I'm stupid. Everything I do is stupid or to be mimicked or...
Do you suppose that what you've done now maybe is going to free you up a little bit, and that you can experiment with a new relationship with your mother?
Yeah.
You know, I had that thought. I've been thinking pretty hard about this for the last couple of days. You were in a situation where you could not hardly get too close to your mother, could you? Because of the feelings you had about what was going on.
Well, and then with Tom being the overachiever and everything, it's really hard because I'm not that good in school.
You've lived in the shadow of Tom? A lot?
I can't compete with him. Everything he does is perfect. Everything she wants me to do is perfect, and I mean everything she wants me to be perfect, and I'm not, and I'm not Tom.
Has she been seeing you for you? Sounds as if the answer is no. Can you show her a little bit more of yourself? Can you show her the things you can do?
Everything I show her is dumb. It's stupid. I'm dense, and you know, and I don't want to show her stuff anymore because everything I do is dense. She's dense, and she says that to me.
It's been several days. Has your mother made any reference at all to what you revealed? I must admit something to her. I asked her not to place much pressure on you for that, and to let some time go by so that everybody could think through what happened. Has she talked to you at all?
No.
What do you suppose will happen when she does talk with you? What do you fantasize will happen?
I hope she'll understand. I don't know. I don't know. She's probably mad at me.
I think we heard in the session that she's angry at your father. Will she be angry at you?
Well, it's me too. It's not just him. You know, so she'd be angry at me, you know, because I'm not supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm. How will you handle that? With her, I mean.
I know I'm wrong, and that's the only thing I can say to her. I made a mistake, or we made a mistake.
One of the things that you may want to do is to assure her not only that that's not going to happen again, but I think that goes without saying, doesn't it? You may want to say to her, if she is angry, that can you understand some of her anger if she did feel angry toward both of you? Think you can deal with it? Some of it may come out. I don't know. I'm a little bit trying to prepare you for whatever may happen when you talk with your mother. Well,
she gets so mad over anything, and this is
a big
worse
one.
than anything.
Let her be a little angry. Let her get past the unloading of some feelings. Because I don't think, when she thinks about it a long time and deeply, that she's going to wind up having a lot of blame for you.
Well, I want her to like me, and you know, and she doesn't, I don't think. And I don't think I'm doing too well to make her like me now.
But that bothers me, that you think you have to achieve so much and to do so well. Why don't you just try being you?
Because whenever I do, she says I'm dumb, or that was a dumb thing to do, or you're really dense. You know, she calls me a 10-year-old all the time.
Do you think she's changed in any way from the way she was treating you when you were 9, 10, 11? Or has she stayed in that mold?
Well, she says that she has nothing more to do with me, that it's all my father. I'm my father's child, and she doesn't have time.
Again, I say to you, there may be a new opportunity presenting itself here. You're not going to be close to your father in quite the same way. In fact, you may still be close to him, but it'll be in new ways, and it may free you to learn more about your mother and for her to learn more about you. But Betty, we've talked once before, and I remember a couple of days ago in our discussion you did what I think is not very strange. You released an awful lot of anger. I put that session in place for just that reason, for you to be as angry as you could be with me.
I'm still angry.
And you still are, and I think it's understandable, but at least you're talking the way a person talks when they've had some time to think. I'm a little disturbed. This session was for you and your husband.
I know, he's late. He's always late. I don't even expect him to show. I don't think he's going to come.
What are
He
your
can't
feelings?
face up. He can't face up to it. Would you? If you did what he did, would you be able to face up to that?
Wouldn't it be very, very hard? It would.
I hate him. I absolutely hate him.
Yep.
I've never hated anybody so much in my whole life. He turns my stomach. I don't even want to see him. It's so nauseating.
The other day we started talking about options, and I remember that you told me, options? What options? There are no options. And I said to you then, there are, and I say to you again, there are different things that you can do and not just one thing.
Frankly, I think he's sick. I think he needs a sanitarium. He should be put away behind bars someplace where they can probably help him.
Well, I have to tell you something that may sound strange. a father or a mother, but let's say a father who would do something like this may be emotionally or mentally ill, or they may not be. And we don't know.
Oh, God, that's all I need, is an insane husband.
Well, I'll make a guess. I need to know more, but I don't think he is insane, and I don't think he is an emotionally ill person from what I've seen, though what I do see is a lot of depression.
I don't know him. I've been married 20 years, and I don't know the man. I absolutely have no idea what's going on in his head, but how could he do that? How could he do that to his own child? I don't understand people like that. Please, I just don't understand, and I never will.
And I've got to tell you something very frankly and honestly. I, as a therapist, don't understand it in this way either. What I do understand is that a parent and a child can get very, very close, and ideally should be emotionally close, shouldn't they?
I love my
Sometimes...
children. I'm emotionally bound to my kids, with me.
Come in. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Come right in.
I don't believe it. You finally got here. But changed your mind.
Nothing changed my mind.
I'm interested too. What happened?
You know
Well,
what
I
time
was just
it
walking
is?
around and
You're only an hour and a half late.
I was making up my mind whether I should come or not. I decided to come. I'm not late. I just decided to come.
Well, good for you.
Tell us about it. What was the decision? It may have been important.
You're loaded with guilt, aren't you? You should
How about you give me a chance? Just give me a chance, okay?
Betty, I'm not saying don't state what you feel, but let's do give him a chance to say what he
All right,
has
I
to
won't
say.
say anything.
I was walking around out there for an hour and a half, praying and hoping that you would at least listen to me.
I'm listening. I'm here.
And
I'm
you
not
are,
going
huh?
anyplace. I've been waiting for you.
And I'm listening too.
Talk.
I'm sorry for what I did,
Yes,
but I
understand that. You do have a new chance right now. I realize what you said a moment ago, that you may want to be out. You may want a divorce. I asked you, though, to think of the consequences of that. I don't say don't do that. I don't believe any counselor would meddle in your decision-making power in that way. But did you hear what he said a moment ago?
I don't believe
You never believe me. What do you mean you don't believe me?
I think you're just trying to crawl out of something. Out of that hole you buried yourself in. Go back to your rock. Crawl back.
Maybe I shouldn't have
Stop.
come.
Please stay.
Oh, it's-
Please stay, because I think at least your wife should hear you out on what your plans are.
I didn't mean for it to happen. I did not mean for it to happen. It just happened.
You didn't plan it.
My God, no! How could I plan something like that? You don't just plan something like that.
I knew that, but I wanted your wife to hear that.
How could
I want it to stop. Don't you
How could
understand?
it
I want it to
happen?
stop. I want it to stop. I want to stop what I'm doing.
Well, first of all, that tells us something,
You
that that will not
understand that?
happen again. That will not happen again. Isn't that what you're saying?
I don't want it to happen again.
Did you know you betrayed me?
I didn't want to betray you. Don't you understand that? What do you think? I feel great? My God. You have all the answers all the time. I don't have any of the answers. You give me a break. God.
The question right now is, what? You've told us this won't happen again, but what do you want? Do you want this marriage, or do you not?
I want to live with Betty.
How?
Like a wife. I want to be man and wife.
Are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to tell me maybe you love me? Because you haven't told me you love me in an awfully long time. I know you did love me for a long time. That's why I've been so angry, don't you understand? I need love too. You had Jill and I had nobody because Tommy went off to school and I was all alone.
There is nothing written anywhere that says that because of incest, a couple cannot put that behind them. It can't be forgotten, but it can be set aside in its proper place, in some memory bin where you don't have to renew it and think about it every day. I'll go where you want to go. I will be, in fact, in a way, a servant of yours and a friend of yours to help you put together your lives in the way that you'd like to put them together.
It would be nice to have somebody to love again.
I'm glad you showed up, Jack.
Thanks.
I missed you.
And perhaps incest has been called the last taboo. Perhaps it is, and perhaps it's also the darkest family secret of all. In today's counseling session with Jill Ramsey, I began to see that although the incest experience was tragic, with continued counseling, it may not have lasting destructive psychological impact. The parents' session revealed that there was a great deal of hope for the future of the Ramsey marriage. But I did direct Jack Ramsey as the instigator of incest for psychological testing and for psychiatric evaluation. These steps, along with continued counseling of the entire family, hopefully will result in renewed efforts on the part of each family member to survive as a unit. In a future session, I need to pay special attention to son Thom Ramsey as well, for I think at this moment he still feels estranged from the family. I hope to share that story with you another time. Let's have love, growth, and health in your family and in mine. I'm Thom Thompson.